ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੇਅਰ ਬ੍ਰੈਂਡਾ ਲੌਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਕੁਝ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਕੁਝ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਲਾਂਗੇ ਜਿਨੀ ਸਿਮਸ ਜੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਨੇ ਗੁੱਡ ਮਾਰਨਿੰਗ ਮੇਅਰ ਲੌਕ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ ਫॉर ਜੁਆਇਨਿੰਗ
Good morning. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Samir. Good morning, Jenny. How are you this fine morning?
Really good. You had a very late night last night. So, so I want to hear from you. When can people expect the Costco in South Surrey? What stage is it at?
Yeah, so the Costco and people are very excited about Costco, which is great for Costco. So last night we passed first and second reading, and so that means it now goes to public hearing, and that will be on November 17th. And so all systems are go, and we'll hear from the public on November 17th.
How is the council going to tackle the traffic issues that could result in that area? Well, not could, will.
Will, yeah. You know, that's always something we're looking at, and it's something that our engineers are going to be looking at, and we will hear some of that, I'm sure, at the public hearing. But our our engineering department's always looking at that, and so we will be making some of those changes. We know that the 24th Avenue interchange will have some impact too on that area and how access in and out of the area happens. But you're right, traffic is one of those things that our engineering department is looking at very aggressively.
Mayor, last night on the agenda, I saw that there was a review of the city centre plan. Just as a side, Newton is always waiting. But can you share some of the highlights of what new developments or improvements are coming to Surrey's downtown?
Yeah, so there's lots of great energy that's coming to what is going to be the city center, the entertainment district in the Wally area. Last night we approved new towers, in fact, for new housing towers for that area. But it's to really lay out the plan, to lay out what is going to be the residential to entertainment. It's about how do we attract restaurants and all of those exciting amenities into the area. And of course, our interactive art museum is something we've talked a lot about. So it's just laying out that entire plan. And if you haven't been to City Centre in a while, I can tell you it's already starting to see that change. The old arena and pool is all down. We're expanding, and this happened last night, we're expanding the Chuck Bailey Community Centre. That will all be part of one very exciting new area, as well as the new arena that we're going to be putting into that area.
That's all very exciting, and people in Surrey will be excited about this. But I can tell you, Mayor, the people in the Newton area, the much neglected child in the Surrey family, is really looking forward to a very detailed plan and action on some light being shone on Newton itself. So good news for Surrey Centre, and we celebrate. But I do have a question for you. When are we going to get the same kind of action for Newton?
Well, I think that's already underway. The new community centre is the largest infrastructure project the city has ever undertaken. We're in that planning stages. That has been budgeted, and people can look at the budget. It's there. So that's a $310 million project that's going to be around King George and 72nd, and it's going to have a full Olympic-sized swimming pool, brand new big library going in there. It's going to be a fantastic facility with gymnasiums and all kinds of amenities for the neighborhood, but more than just the neighborhood. We have had our Focus Newton campaign ongoing, and so Road infrastructure is something we've been very focused on, as I think your listeners know. Certainly 72nd Street going right through, and that's moving along very progressively, so we're happy about that. Expanding 132, rebuilding. Unfortunately, the bridge at 84th and 140th, we had to raise that bridge. So there's a number of things that we're doing in Newton, and really have been focusing on that community as well.
Mayor, one of the big concerns, pet peeves of people in Surrey is the illegal dumping. At street corners, you go around, there's a mattress lying on the sidewalk. And I know you were presented with a report last night. So is illegal dumping increasing, or is it decreasing?
Well, it's definitely decreasing, and so we have seen significant increase in the number of people taking their mattresses to the waste drop-off. So all of those programs that we've been putting in place, so the large item pickup program that we're doing, the curbside one, that has seen an uptake. Certainly the free waste drop-off that we have from May to September at Central Surrey and North Surrey recycling centres, that's been having huge uptake by the community. And we're really committed to upgrading. And in fact, that was really what started the Focus Newton campaign. We went around Newton in 2022 and just said, what is going on here? The neglect in this community is just terrible, and we have to clean it up. And so that's exactly what we have been doing. So we're also going to be launching a new waste chatbot, which is going to be an AI 24/7 program that people can get into to find out where they can go and take stuff and take it to clean and get cleanup programs in their community very quickly. So we're very happy with how this is going. But you're right, people are still seeing, and they're still dumping. It has decreased. There's no question about it. About 20% has decreased, but we still need to do better. And so we'll be talking to you to get the message out, to help us with that, because we do need to get out to the public and let them know there's opportunity.
Thank you, Mayor. Sameer has a question.
Madam Mayor, I would like to know that why we are seeing a dip in the construction in Surrey. What is the reason for that if we compare with last year?
Yeah, you're right, Sameer, and it's a challenge not just for Surrey, but for everywhere in Canada. But I can tell you that we have been very aggressive. The City of Surrey is doing everything we can to keep our development moving and moving forward, and supporting projects throughout our city. But there is just such an economic downturn. And I'll give you a snapshot, Sameer, because it tells a story to me. Mm-hmm. When I was elected, we used to count the cranes. There were 17. There was so much going on. But that has changed. There is not 17 cranes now. There's maybe 2. We know that all of the housing projects that are bills, so Bill 44, 46, and 47, have had a huge impact, and to some degree negatively, on seeing these large towers building in our city. But I think the bigger part is just the cost. The cost of concrete makes it so developers cannot pencil, and you can talk to any developer today and they will tell you they're not doing the large projects. But I will say we are still seeing approvals. We're still putting through the 4- and 6-story wood frame buildings. We are still seeing townhouses getting built in our city. And so compared to other,
Madam Mayor, waiting for the permits, that is one of the reason, because I have a data in front of me. If I look at 2022, the average processing time for the single family building permit was 9.4 weeks. And now in 2025, it's 14.4 weeks. And I'm checking from the City of Surrey's website. It says building permit new single family 14.4 weeks.
Yeah, that's something we're working on every day. And, one of the things that happened was all the legislative changes that the province brought in. So as I was saying, Bill 44, 46, and 47, all of our staffing, and this is the same for every city, all of our staffing focus had to change to adapt our processes to our building department to focus on the new legislation. It has not been easy. The small unit per house, as people know, the 4 and 6 per lot, has caused us incredible challenges. And if you were watching council even last night, we're still passing motions to get that legislation put in place. And on top of that, we have seen the province raise so many different codes. So inclusionary zoning, things like that, raising of step codes, all of those issues have to be refactored into our work. And the government in the last 3 years has made dramatic changes to what we know, to our ability to do planning in our city.
So is that one of the reason that we are seeing the dip in the construction? Because it's not just only the new single family building permit, even for the rezoning single family, the current processing time is 19.6 weeks.
Yeah, no, it's not the reason for the dip in the construction. It's the reason for we just don't have the staffing to process things as fast as we can. I can tell you though, that is changing. That is something that we have been very aggressive with our staff, saying we have to get those numbers down and we have to get the time frames much shorter. The financial part and the ability for developers to put up buildings, that's a whole different issue. Certainly the economy is really had a huge impact, and we know that there is all over the Lower Mainland, there are lots and lots of empty condos because people just are not, they're just not purchasing condos right now. So there's a glut of condos on the market.
Thank you, Mayor Locke, for giving us this time and giving us an update. We look forward to talking to you about the construction and the challenges faced by the construction agencies
Madam
at
Mayor,
a different time, because I know you have to go. So thank you for joining us this morning.
Well, happy Diwali to everybody, and Bandi Shor Divas. Have a great day, everyone.
thank you so much.
Thank you.